Hey guys, I'm Shreyas, and today we're in the fourth day of the August Decoding Challenge. And the question for today is part sum 2. In this problem, they're given us a binary tree and the pointer to the root of the binary tree, and they're also given us the target sum. And we have to find out all the paths from the root to the leaf such that the sum of nodes in this path is equal to the target sum, and we have to return all such satisfying paths. For example, in this input, we have two such valid paths which are highlighted in blue colors. So we have to actually return that path, all the nodes in that path. So if you are using C++, then we have to return a vector of vector where each vector is a path, and then vector of vector stores all the paths. So that is there, and the constraint is like the tree can have up to 5,000 nodes. There is a slight misconception in the time complexity. We'll discuss that later, but let's look at the approach first. Over here, since we have to return all the paths themselves, the thing is the approach should be exhaustively check all the paths. Then only we can return the satisfying paths, right? So it's not this problem is not based on dynamic programming or greedy approach or those things, because they're not asking us to find the number of paths, but we actually have to return those paths themselves. So the only way is to exhaustively brute force all the paths and check and return them. And in tree questions, the easiest way to brute force is to use a DFS. So in this problem also we'll be using a DFS function to explore all the paths, and we have to keep a couple of things in mind before calling the DFS function. So at every node we have to first thing is, at every node we have to keep track of the sum achieved till now, so that when we reach the leaf node we'll be able to compare if the sum of nodes in the path is equal to the target sum or not. So at every node we have to keep track of the current sum achieved till now. And the second thing is that we have to keep track of the nodes which are present in that path themselves, because at the end, if the path is satisfying, then we have to push it back to the final answer, right? So we have to keep track of which node keep track of the nodes of the particular path. So those are the two things that we have to keep in mind, and then the rest is the normal DFS function. Let me explain with the help of code. So this is the main DFS function. Over here, vector of vector is what we are returning, which contain all the paths, and then individual paths are stored in this vector. So this is the DFS function, and this part is for the when we reach the leaf node. So but main thing is over here, we first go to the left and to the right like the normal DFS functions, and so at every function call we are keeping this thing updated, the current sum. The current sum is the sum achieved till now in the path, and then the second thing what discussed was to store the nodes of the path. So over here the path will store the current node's value, and then we'll go to the left and to the right, and after the current subtree is explored, then we'll pop it back. So we have to pop the current value of the current node, because since the path is global, we have to delete whatever is explored. If we are passing by value, then it's not required, but if we are passing by reference or when the array is global, we have to delete whatever is explored already. So over here, when the subtree is explored, we have to remove the current node. So, and then when we reach the leaf node, we will have to check if the current sum in the path plus the leaf node's value is equal to the target sum or not. If yes, then we push back, then we insert the current path, in the sense all the nodes in the current path, to the final vector of vector that we have to return, and then just return it if we have reached the root node. So that is the normal brute force solution for this problem, and the most confusing thing, what people confuse, is the time complexity. it seems as though the time complexity is O of n over here, but actually it's O of n square. The reason is that the DFS function call is obviously O of n because we are visiting each node only once, the node out in it, but at whenever we reach a leaf node, we are checking this condition, right? And if this condition is satisfying, we're pushing it back. We are inserting the entire path from the root to the leaf into another vector. So this is not a constant time operation, and this is a linear time operation. If you're pushing back a single element, then it's constant time operation. But if you are pushing back the entire vector, entire path from the root to the leaf, then it's not a linear time then it's not a constant operation. It takes linear time. And if a tree is heavily skewed, for example, I found one post on LeetCode where this guy explains the time complexity very well. I'll attach the link to the this post over here. If the binary tree is heavily skewed like this, then and in this binary tree, all the paths satisfy the condition. In the sense, all the root to leaf paths have the sum equal to the target sum. So hence the cost to copy the path is like the summation of all the size of the paths, 2 plus 3 until d, and hence it's like O of n square. So when we sum all of this, the upper bound comes as O of n square, and hence the time complexity is O of n square and not n, due to this one thing that we are inserting the paths individually. That's it. Yeah. And the space complexity for this approach is O of n because of the both the reasons for this. The path may be, if the tree is heavily skewed, the path may be like too long, and also for the recursion stack occupied by the DFS function call, the space complexity is O of n, and we don't include what we are returning a vector of vector that is not included in the space complexity because that is what we are returning. So we never include what we are returning in the analysis of space complexity. So that was about this problem, which was based on a simple DFS thing. Yeah, that's it for the video, guys, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.